So today I'm going to be trying the NYX Professional Makeup Total Control Pro, and it's in the color Light, which is TCPD F05. It's pretty liquidy. I'm a little... Oh, so I already did my eyes today and my brows, and I used BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. Beautiful colors in there. I love on my color days using this palette, sometimes mixed with some other palettes, but today I'm wearing 4 colors and a pop. Yeah, I love it. Reminds me of like colorful birds. Okay, so this is the consistency here. Pretty liquidy. We'll see how it works. I already put on some vitamin C from e.l.f., which really helps correct some of this redness that I have from sun damage. The primer I'm going to use is Let Me First by YC Collection. This came in one of my Ipsy bags. That's why it's so tiny, because you just get little samples. And it's pretty liquidy. We just kind of like putting those on our textured areas. Just for a little extra blur. And it smells really good. Once that dries down a little bit, it should be nice and soft looking. Like I have all this extra texture in just like my T-zone area. I just use it on just that area. And around my mouth where I get kind of dry in the corners of my mouth. That's starting to blur already. You can see some of these textured areas are starting to get nice and soft looking. This one is still kind of tacky, so I'll wait and give it a little bit. But this foundation also came with a professional mixing palette in this nice little case going on here. It's really beautiful. Just kind of offers you that whole artistic feel, vibe, and it comes with this really handy spatula where it's flat on one end and hooked on the other. This collection is new from NYX. They came out with these additional bottles that you can change the tint by adding a drop or two of a lighter or darker shade, or even color correctors, and then kind of just adjust your tint that way rather than having to buy, you know, 4 or 5 bottles to figure out what shade you are. You can just add a little extra drop here or there, or mix it together on the palette and then put it, you know, on your face. So yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a go, and I'm gonna be using my beauty blender, which has powder on it. Just kind of stick that on there. Add a little extra blur, why not? Love soft glam. Oop, of course I dropped it on my desk. The color looks really close. Oh, that's weird. Kind of seems like it dries down really fast. It's really like separated. Like I know that it says it's buildable and everything, but maybe I'll put it directly on my beauty blender. This is a medium to full coverage. Thought it smelled like plastic for a second. and it's definitely buildable. Yeah, she's really like sheer, but you can definitely still see my skin under there. But I'm gonna wait for it to dry and see if I can build it up a little bit. It's still like splotchy, and it's definitely like I'm gonna need to contour for sure. I need to make sure that there's the face shape in here. We'll see what she does when she oxidizes, I guess. She's soft, but she's kind of like chalky. Of course, it doesn't look very good on my face right now. Okay, just like messed up my eye area a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it's a really good concept. I think they were on the relative right track with this. Of course, this is not my color. So I would probably need to go and get some of their other drops and change this maybe a little bit more neutral and lighter, of course. I mean, not lighter, darker. I mean, it matches my scalp. Not that you can see it right now underneath all that, but it matches my scalp. Which hasn't seen sun in forever, so there's that. Maybe I'll just kind of let that sit, like build it up. And then let it sit and dry. Oh, well, fuck, my eyebrow. There goes my eyebrow. Where'd it go? Just disappeared. Well, that doesn't come out very well. Well, we know it helps with making your eyebrows disappear. This is not my color. I look ghoulish. Could use this for Halloween. Actually, it matches my neck really well, doesn't it? So, okay, it's still separating everywhere. Like, it almost reminds me of, and not just because my face is entirely one color right now, but it almost reminds me of Halloween makeup where the pigment is just so liquid. Like, this doesn't have, you know, this isn't like other liquids or BB creams or whatever, but maybe if this was closer to the red in my skin, it might work better. That way you can still see my skin underneath the foundation. Just shh, just stay, just shh, right there. And it's almost like I just wiped it away with the brush. It's almost like I just mixed translucent powder in water in a spray bottle, sprayed it on my face, the water evaporated, and now I have a face full of translucent powder. Okay. I don't have any contours that'll work with this. I'm really sorry, Fenty, that I'm using you on this. This is actually really close to the foundation that I use on a daily. So you can see the difference here. That's the difference between my skin color and whatever this is. A she coming off. Sorry, ladies. I can't even, like, right now. We'll come back. Okay, so I put on my Fenty because I have shit to do today. I can't just like walk around with shit foundation on my face. So this NYX Total Control Pro, I'm not gonna say no for sure, but I am going to wait until I can get the hue shifters and then maybe some other stuff that can go with it to maybe assist in making this look more like a foundation and not just that I just threw a bunch of flour on my face. The idea behind it, the idea is good. I just wish that it didn't dry down so much and essentially just like flake off, because that's what it was doing. It was just flaking off, and like anytime I touched it, the transfer was like 100%, and it was all just the powder pigment in there. I would definitely get the dropper to change the tone to a little bit darker, something that is a little bit more my skin tone. Yeah, to be continued.